Great, great, great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Just to start by recognizing our colleagues in the leadership of our movement, to recognize, I shall repeat, to recognize our leaders of the movement, the UPND Alliance, I shall repeat that, and I hope we can be orderly for just a few minutes. Get done with the business of now. I was just recognizing the leadership of our movement, the UPND Alliance, all the constituent parties that are represented in the alliance, of course, respective members, constituent members of those component parties. Very important for us to recognize the presence of Dr. Guy Scott, who served as our president at some time. Thank you for being here, Dr. Scott. We need, and I believe we should recognize all of you that are here, but truly to recognize the media, local media that have walked with us through this difficult journey. The international media that have been available when the local media could not open their mouths, lest they got arrested. The international media was there. The Global Village media was there. Thank you for that. And all colleagues that are here, colleagues that are following this short address through various platforms. Thank you for being with us, joining us in the next few minutes. My fellow citizens, citizens of Zambia, it is with great honor, humility, gratitude that I stand before you today to say change is here. The voters of Zambia, and through them, the people of Zambia have prevailed. I think that's very important, that the voters decided who should lead them for the next 5 years, and not those who count votes. Very important for democracy. Zambia, therefore, has prevailed. This victory does not belong to H.E to Bali. This victory belongs to the men and women of Zambia, especially the youth. Especially the youth. This was your election. You started by registering in large numbers under very, very restrictive and difficult conditions. You were in the queues to register as voters. I think the signal was sent that time that the youth of Zambia, who are in the majority, had taken a position for the 2021 elections. I took note of that. We took note of that. I think some people did not take note of that. The queues were long to register as voters. The queues were long. to vote for change. And you did vote for change. We thank you for that. Truly, it's befitting to say this was your election. It was your election evidenced by the numbers that turned out to vote, large numbers, the energy and passion that was exhibited by this young population. This population that owns this country, by all probability, they are likely to live longer than others in this country. So they have a higher stake to what happens to their country. Indeed, you send a clear message, a resounding message that has gone all around the world. You've stated your intentions. We have heard you. We have heard you. Although this message you have passed on to H.E, you have passed on to the running mate, and soon to be vice president, not elect, but in situ, under UPND Alliance, indeed the people of Zambia, those that are card-carrying members of our component parties are definitely fewer than the ordinary citizens that voted for us. Look at the numbers. So, it is clear that it's the people of Zambia who have given us such a huge resounding mandate to form government and to deliver on the promise of change. It is in no doubt what the instruction is to all of us that have been just elected into office at such a very, very difficult time. We understand what you've done. We understand what you want us to do. We comprehend that. We are under no illusion. We know what you want. And we want to thank you at this stage for your support. And we pray that we will be worth of your trust. We will be worth of your confidence that you have demonstrated and placed on our shoulders to deliver. To deliver, to answer your cries for change. Fellow citizens, it is indeed a new day in Zambia. It's a new beginning for all of us. Sure. Please take care of them. Let's continue with the business. Please take care of them. With the election behind us, let us come together as Zambians, as a family. And that's what we are. Once again, we have an opportunity to sing the old song, to return to what we knew when some of us were growing up. One Zambia, one nation. And this to us is not a simple matter. It's not a phraseology. It's not a matter of playing with words. This we should translate in everything we do, in all the things that we work on to truly walk this phraseology of one Zambia, one nation. It is easy to talk. It's easy to say things. But we want to demonstrate that we will walk the talk. And you will see that very soon, starting with the cabinet. The cabinet will represent this country. You will see that, and you will make your own judgment. And will send a signal that that phraseology, we will leave it just a few days from now. Start marking the script of what we've been saying in terms of reuniting this country. And I can assure you in advance, we will get a high mark for it, even from critics. To those, thank you, to those who voted for other candidates, because this is a democracy, this is competition, this is not war, this is not extermination of others, this is a competition to serve. And we want to recognize the fact that others voted for other candidates. And we say to all of you who voted for other candidates, we extend our hand, a hand of friendship, our respect for having decided to vote for alternative candidates. It doesn't hurt us, it just reinforces the importance of democracy, its value, the choices that people must continue to have. And no one should take away citizens' choices. Choices of leadership, choice on what they want to be in their country. The opportunities must be available for all to make their decisions. And it should hurt nobody. That should not be any cause for jail sentences for people to express their views in terms of who they want to lead them and how they want to live their lives. As long as they do that within the laws, within common decency, that should be promoted. And we want to thank you, such voters, and record our respect for you. Please get to know that. Though today you may be disappointed that your candidates did not win, we wish to embrace you as your brothers, as your servants, because that's what we truly are. Those of us who seek public office must get it and get it straight that we are not masters of the people. We are servants of the people. I think it's very important. On that score, I wish to confirm that I and our team will be, for me, president, and for others, servants for all of our citizens across the 10 provinces of Zambia. It does not matter how you look by color. It won't matter how you look by height, by your features. It won't matter. Under this administration, it will not matter who your mother, who your father is, because you never made that decision as to who will be your mother and your father. It is a decision beyond your control. But you will be an equal citizen of this beloved country called Zambia. Mark our words, get your script and your pencil aside and keep marking as we serve you in the months, in the years to come. And after 5 years, take your tour and see how we have walked the talk. I think we will pass with flying colors. For those that voted for us, and for those that did not, you will be treated equally. Shall I repeat that? For emphasis. And you know what I mean. When I say that, you know what I mean. For those that voted for us, and those that did not vote for us, you will be treated equally, equitably, fairly. That's important to us. That's important to us. We will run this country without preference for any group over another. Absolutely no preference at all. We will govern without selectivism. We will serve knowing that all citizens to us are identical twins in the way we see you, in the way we serve you. It will not matter what your name is, your surname is, for you to rise in the civil service, to be permanent secretary, to be secretary to the cabinet. Your surname won't matter. What will matter? What will matter? Two things. One, you are a citizen of Zambia. Two, that you are competent for the job at hand. That's it. That's it. Nothing else. And feel safe that no one will retire you in national interest, yet is under the guise of personal interest. Nothing of that sort will happen ever again. Not under our administration. And I send a signal to all my colleagues that will serve in cabinet and in other portfolios that you're not coming into cabinet to marginalize citizens, to exclude citizens. You are coming into cabinet to be a tool for inclusion, to be a tool for unity, to be a tool for creating opportunities for all our people. Simple, straight, isn't it? It's as simple as that. That confirms the values of inclusivity, equality, recognizing that we need to promote the concept of unity in diversity. 72 ethnic groups, all of them gifts from God. Sometimes minor variations in the culture, in the upbringing. We will not focus on the differences. We will focus on the things that should unite us as a people. Big difference, isn't it? Big difference from what we've been seeing over the years. Sometimes colleagues fear to say things the way they see them because they say things that they don't believe in. We harbor no such fears. We say things because we believe in them. You ever heard? We say things because we believe in them. We're consistent because we believe in certain things, in those things that should better your lives. So there must be no secret around those issues, because then you'll be able to judge our behavior, our performance going forward. Shall I say that now is the time to move forward? Yes. Beyond the partisanship of the election. The election period, to some people, invokes anger. And to some people, they say things that should never be said about another human being. I think you know what I'm talking about. Yes. You understand. People who sang the song of ethnic hatred throughout their campaign, but yet in their hometown, they lost to us, who they demonized. Now is the time. Now is the time to forgive such people. For they did not know what they were doing. Now is the time for us to show them the better side of life and perception of other humans. I guess if they are normal, they will learn a lesson going forward. That divisiveness will get you punished by the voters. And I'm proud of the voters of Zambia across the country. I'm very proud of you voters representing the 18 million plus Zambians. You have said no to ethnic divide. Look at the results. Look at where our votes are coming from. Look at these millions of votes. They've been delivered by all the 10 provinces of Zambia. That is beautiful, isn't it? That is lovely, isn't it? Against an orchestrated hate language, hate messages promoted by those who had the opportunity to rein in on such people, but did not. It only tells you a message that they actually sent them out to say those things against fellow citizens. That should come to an end. UPND Alliance members, you are not about to replace those individuals with yourselves. Then you are no different from those individuals. I hope I'm clear about that. Let us put the past behind us. For it is what we do now in the present that will define our future. Completely. At this stage, I seek your attention, added attention to more than what you've granted me already. I want to spend a minute or so to talk about violence, lawlessness. Let me be clear. We are categorically clear about this. We are victims of violence. We are victims of demonization, mudslinging. For years, you all know that. We are victims of retribution. We are not about to take public office, replace those that have been very violent against our people, and only to start a new wave of violence. We're not about to be that. Absolutely not. I have heard, I have seen on social media, some people out there damaging property, attacking citizens. I didn't say some citizens, I said citizens. I'm aware that some of those citizens who are being attacked were the violent ones against us. But I say it to you, I put it to you, that if you want to show that you occupy a higher moral ground, even when you know who attacked you before, under this brutal regime which is exiting, if you want to show that you're different from them, do not attack them. Do not damage property, someone's property. In the way we calculate national assets, it includes individual assets. So those are national assets in terms of property. None of you, I repeat, none of you should damage anyone else's property. Even when you know the owner abused you. Because if you do that, you are no different from those people. I want to believe we are different from those people. And that's why Zambians have given us this huge mandate to correct those wrongs. Please, do not cause violence out there. Please do not damage anyone's property, public property, private property. If you damage a shopping center, a shop, because you know the owner, and the owner offended you, you are taking away someone's job. Tomorrow they will not be able to work in that shop. But in our manifesto, we are talking about creating jobs. So you are negating the very reason that Zambians have voted for us. That's not who H.E is. Follow my example. Follow our example. Demonized, arrested 15 times. We are not going into office to arrest those who arrested us, because then we are no different from them. Nami kupa bana bahesu. Nami lomba. Come out of the streets. Come out of the streets. If you have bad intentions, if you want to harm somebody, if you want to damage someone's property, come out of the streets. I know you may be angry. I know you were tear gassed over the last 7 years. I know you were arrested. I'm one of you, but I'm not bitter. Follow my example. Follow my example. Show magnanimity. You should celebrate. Indeed. There's cause for celebration. New dawn. Freedoms. Rule of law. Anti-corruption. Opportunity for education. For all. Opportunity for a job. Opportunity to do business. I would like to see many young people become businessmen at an age earlier than when I became a business person myself, at 26. I want to see people at 21 becoming business people, and we shall support you. But that's not connected to being violent. We want to see magnanimity. We want to see a new way of treating the violent ones. And I want to assure you, a few days from now, there will be no bus stop where you fear to go to. I can assure you, there's no taxi rank that will be a no-go area for you. You can wear your PF t-shirt, you can wear your any other party t-shirt, including UPND. The bus stops, the markets, public places will be available for you. No one will touch you. No one will take away your rights, freedom of movement, freedom of assembly, because of violence, because of any other vices of that nature. But the UPND and its alliance partners lead by example. Come out of the streets if your intent is to damage somebody. You have heard me. But go out and celebrate. Sing. Hoot your car horns. Greet somebody out there. Go and greet the one who you know, your neighbor, was attacking you. Go and tell them that there's a new dawn. There's peace. There's stability coming. Don't end there. Go and tell them that you too will be looked after by the UPND and its alliance government. Is that not a powerful message? Love conquers hate. To our competitors, we thank you for your participation in these elections. We are grateful for your graciousness. A number of the 16, amongst the 16 or so presidential candidates, a greater number of them have formally conceded defeat. They have congratulated us for winning this election, which we have won, which has been delivered to us by the people of Zambia. And this win is for you as well. Believe us, you will see that in the months ahead. You will see that in the months ahead. This acknowledgement of our victory to serve, not to be served by the people, is humbling. And a few minutes ago, this list of gracious competitors in the presidential race have added on another colleague who was slow. I'm sure he had his own reasons. President Edgar Chagwa Lungu. I want to thank you, sir, for your message, for conceding defeat, and for indicating that you support a smooth transition, I don't want to call it power, of servant leadership. I think it's the barest minimum. Someone who occupies public office, as you exit, you facilitate the new entrants to continue serving the country and its people where you left it. It's the barest minimum. And I want to assure the people of Zambia in advance, when our time to leave comes, we will graciously leave. We will support the incoming team then. But for you to be an incoming team, you better work hard, because we are going to raise the standards of that office. I encourage you to work harder, because this team has not come to celebrate. This team has come to work. To work and to work and more work. That is the value I personally bring to public office. Hard work, diligent work. In my early days in the profession, I knew no working hours. I don't believe in working hours. I believe in the outcomes, the deliverables. You will see this in this administration. And I think you will appreciate it after a few months, a few years from now. And that's why we believe we will earn your confidence going forward within the laws. Third term is not part of our language. It's not part of our language. It should not be part of anyone's language. And Zambians have spoken about it. And you, the lawyers, must deal with those lacunas. No one should seek a third term. Zambians have spoken about this from the Chona Commission in the 70s. Mwanakatwe Commission, Mungomba Commission. I'm talking about Constitutional Review Commissions. Why should anyone dream that they should stay in office beyond the limit that the Zambians have decided? More than 10 years. What do you want to do beyond 10 years, which you couldn't do in 10 years? If you couldn't do certain things, certainly you will have set the institutional arrangement and the platform for others to continue to achieve what you did not achieve. That's how the relay race works. I trust that my colleagues on the left understand what that means. So thank you to President Edgar Lungu. And you will be okay, sir. Do not worry, you will be okay. We pledge to the people of Zambia that we will foster a better democracy, rule of law being integral to that, restoring order, respecting human rights, liberties, and freedoms, choices, media. There's a new dawn for you. No one will tear gas you in the exercise of your duties. Isn't that good? Zambians should be at par with any other citizens of a democratic country around the world in the barest minimums that they should enjoy. And no leadership has a right to take away those minimums from its own population. If anything, we should expand those minimums. Watch the space. Check if we are just playing with words. Check that. I'm not talking about lawlessness here. I'm not talking about corruption, because we'll have a zero tolerance to corruption. I'm not talking about it. I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about your rights, your liberties, your freedom to do what is within the laws, your freedom to aspire to be anything you wish to be. I never thought that I would sit and seek the presidency of this country. As I was born in a village, grass-thatched house, went to school first 3 years, no shoes. But I got the opportunity. We want to expand these opportunities for all our children to better what H.E has become, and more so in the last few days, when Zambians decide to accord us with this rare opportunity to save them. Why should that be denied to another child, male or female? Not at all. I want to invite all of you to acknowledge the path we've chosen, that we will work together with you with us, to build a better Zambia for all our people, for all our people. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my running mate, Mrs. Mutalena Lumango, all the members of the UPND Alliance, our candidates across the spectrum of this four-sum election, councillors, mayors, chairmen, members of parliament. I want to thank all of you. I want to thank all of you for participating in this election, for winning, and those who did not win, for offering yourself for service. Not as masters, but as slaves of our people. All our members, campaign teams, well-wishers who worked tirelessly on the front lines, dodging bullets, tear gas, being detained at airports, being denied the right to use airspace. But you endured, you moved on. I want to acknowledge now, I can reveal a bit of a strategic secret here. We had an army of underground volunteers. As we were facing tear gases, as we were not allowed to go to certain jurisdictions, we had an underground movement of volunteers who were working quietly. On top, you could not see them. I knew. I was seeing them every day. And when I saw them, I smiled. And I knew they were doing the damage. Look at the results. Look at the results. Thank you to you all. We would not be here today without your hard work, without your commitment to duty to the people of Zambia. We graciously acknowledge your contributions. No one did more work than the other, not me. We all did what we could, and put together is delivered. We have delivered. Thank you for your dedication to duty. I want to thank my beloved wife. Who has always been on my side. Good times, difficult times. She's been there. I want to encourage young couples, please support each other. Even girlfriend, boyfriend, please support each other. You will see the value of that later in years in your life. Respecting each other, understanding that you are equal. Being husband doesn't make you superior to your wife. Yes. I say it without blinking, because I know what some husbands do to their wives. I also know what some wives do to their husbands of late. So, my kids, thank you to you. The rest of the family, we love you. We appreciate your enduring love to us. Great source of strength. We give thanks to God the Almighty, without whom this day would have never been possible. Amen. My fellow citizens, we have an enormous task ahead of us to revive our economy and deliver on our expectations. The journey will be tough, challenging, there will be ups and downs, but I'm certain that with hard work and commitment, we will succeed in building a better life for all our citizens. I do believe in that. Finally, let me thank you again, my masters, our masters, the people of Zambia, for the huge mandate you have bestowed upon us to serve you, and we will serve you better. I believe in that. We will not let you down. God bless you all, and God bless the Republic of Zambia. I thank you for listening. Thank you.
Take some questions.
I'm limited to the subject. The questions must be limited to the subject. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. We now take